Prayer is power. When you pray, then you are in touch with your higher consciousness. Pray. Pray. Prayer is power. Pray. 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 Prayer is power. Prayer is power. What are you going to do? Pray. 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 When you pray, then you are in touch with your higher consciousness. Pray. 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 Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Pray. Prayer is power. When you pray, then you are in touch with your higher consciousness. Pray. Pray. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Pray. Pray. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. What are you going to do? Pray. Pray. Pray.
Welcome, everyone, to Dr. Pillai's Religion of Religions YouTube channel. We are about to do an in-depth planetary puja using the chart of now based on my current location here in the state of New Mexico in the United States. During the puja, we will be offering various elemental items to the divine beings. I have, to represent the earth, I have a little tangerine piece of fruit. I have a container of water for the water element. I have a lit tea light for the fire element, an incense stick for the air element, and the flowers represent the akash, or the causal plane. To do the puja, I've drawn the card now in chalk on a little blackboard on a side table. My name is Swamini Valli. I am a Pillai Center teacher and an AstroVed astrologer, and I'm very happy to be hosting this program Monday through Friday on this channel. Dr. Pillai has explained that the planets and stars are more than just objects in outer space. There is a divine light being associated with all of them. And we also contain all their energies inside of us as well. So in doing the puja, we're connecting the inner and the outer experience, honoring these light beings and also activating these energies inside of all of us, and in turn activating these energies in the world. I have the chart drawn in chalk on a little blackboard on a side table. And this is the chart we'll be using today. This is the South Indian style representation of where planets are based on my location here in New Mexico. To start the puja, we start with the water element. I dip the ring finger of my right hand into the water a few times, and I'm sprinkling water on each side of the blackboard chart to purify the space of the puja, sprinkling a few drops of water on top of my head to symbolically purify me. And I'm sending a few drops of water out into space towards all of you, whether you're watching this live or later on a replay, so that we are all participating in the puja with a sense of being in sacred space and being purified. Next, the various time elements that are active right now in my local area. We start with honoring the planet that rules the day. As I take a flower petal, and as I say Namaha, I'm going to put it on top of the moon, as the moon rules Monday. Oh dear, I see the chart that's up here is not the right chart. The moon should be not sitting here in Gemini. He's sitting here in Cancer. Looks like I sent the wrong file over to Ronnie. I'm sorry I didn't check this earlier. The moon is here in Cancer, and that's where I'm going to be putting the flower petals. Again, I apologize for that. I put the flower petals on the moon in Cancer. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Next, I honor The star that the moon is in, again, the moon is here, and the star that he's in is Pusha. Oh, I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Pushaihe Namaha. Om Pushaihe Namaha. Om Pushaihe Namaha. Now we honor the moon phase. In my local area, we are in the 5th waning moon called Panchami in Sanskrit. Dr. Pillai said for the moon phase, we would use the Sanskrit name followed by the word Devi. And we would put the flower petals on top of the moon, which again, today is here in Cancer. I put the flower petals on the moon in Cancer as we honor the Tithi. Om Panchami Devye Namaha. Om Panchami Devye Namaha. Om Panchami Devye Namaha. Now we honor the planet that's ruling the hour, which is Saturn. I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Now we're going to invoke the yoga, excuse me, the yoga and the Karana time elements. Dr. Pillai said for the yoga and Karana, we would say their names 3 times each. We would not use flower petals for them. The yoga that's active right now is one called Indra, which has energies for leadership. Indra, Indra, Indra. And the Karana that's active right now is one called Kolava, which has energies that are social. Kolava, Kolava, Kolava. Now we turn our attention to the chart of the moment. And at the moment, the ascendant represented here with the AC sign, AC initials for ascendant, today is in the sign of Danas or Sagittarius. Dr. Pillai said we would look at whatever sign was the ascendant coming up on the eastern horizon in my local area, and we would honor the planet that rules the ascendant sign. Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. We honor Jupiter as a gesture for his importance at the moment. I put the flower petals on Jupiter. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Now, starting in the ascendant sign, we're going to go around the chart in a clockwise direction, honoring the different planets, the stars they're in, the archetypes that rule those stars, planets that rule those stars, and the planets that rule the signs the various planets are in. We've already ruled Jupiter for ruling the ascendant. Now we're going to honor Venus and we're going to honor Mercury as they're both in Sagittarius this morning. We start with Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Venus is in a star called Mula, a star symbolized as tied up roots. It's a star that likes to get to the foundation of things or to the root of the matter. Our own galactic center is aligned with Mula star. I put the flower petals on top of Venus. Om Mulaye Namaha. Om Mulaye Namaha. Om Mulaye Namaha. Today, Mula star is ruled by a smoky goddess of transformation and change called Nritti. I put the flower petals on top of Venus. Om Nritye Namaha. Om Nritye Namaha. Om Nritye Namaha. Mula star is ruled by Ketu. I put the flower petals on top of Ketu. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. Next, we honor Mercury for being in Sagittarius. I put the flower petals on Mercury. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Mercury today has moved into the star Purva Ashada. This is a star sometimes symbolized with a winnowing basket. You use a winnowing basket to separate, for example, rice. You toss the rice up and down to separate the husk of the rice from the actual grain that we want to eat. So Purva Ashada, it's a star of success, but it's success through discerning what's right for us, what's wrong for us. We honor the star, and I put the flower petals on Mercury. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Purva Ashada star is ruled by Apis, a deified form of water, a goddess element. We put the flower petals on top of Mercury and ask for the purifying blessings of Apis. Om Apasye Namaha. Om Apasye Namaha. Om Apasye Namaha. Purva Ashada star is ruled by Venus. I put the flower petals on Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Danas or Sagittarius, the most idealistic and noble-minded of all the zodiac signs, today containing Venus, planet of diplomacy, a planet that helps us to negotiate win-win agreements. Also planet of happiness, beauty, enjoyment of material plane comforts. And Mercury, planet of communication and business, and planet that can help us develop a good sense of humor. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Makara or Capricorn, which today contains Pluto and also Saturn. We start with honoring Pluto. I put the flower petals on him. Om Krum Kruntankaya Namaha. Om Krum Kruntankaya Namaha. Om Krum Kruntankaya Namaha. Pluto is in a star called Uttara Ashada, a star that can give blessings that are long-lasting for success. We ask this star for its blessings. I put the flower petals on Pluto. Om Uttara Shadaye Namaha. Om Uttara Shadaye Namaha. Om Uttara Shadaye Namaha. Uttarashada star is ruled by the 10 Visvadevas, 10 archetypes who each embody a unique, divine, universal principle. We ask for blessings from all 10 of them, and I put the flower petals on Pluto. Om Uttarashadaye Namaha. Om Uttarashadaye Namaha. Om Uttarashadaye Namaha. Uttarashada star is ruled by the sun. I put the flower petals on the sun. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Now we honor Saturn for being in Capricorn. I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Saturn is in a star called Dhanishta. This is a star that can give blessings for prosperity, music, and also good reputation. I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Danishtaye Namaha. Om Danishtaye Namaha. Om Danishtaye Namaha. Danishta star is ruled by the 8 Vasus, 8 light beings who each rule different spheres of existence. We ask for blessings from all 8 of them, and I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Vasusye Namaha. Om Vasusye Namaha. Om Vasusye Namaha. Danishta star is ruled by Mars. I put the flower petals on Mars. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Capricorn, which is Saturn. I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Makara or Capricorn, a zodiac sign that can activate ancient past life skills and abilities, today containing Pluto, a planet that can help with rationality and science, and Saturn, a planet that can help with patience, structure, organization, and compassion. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with a planet in it is Kumbha or Aquarius, which today contains Neptune. We honor Neptune, and I put the flower petals on him. Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Neptune is in a star called Purvabhadrapada, a star that can help with purification. I put the flower petals on Neptune. Om Purvabhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Purvabhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Purvabhadrapadaye Namaha. Purvabhadrapada star is ruled by Aja Ekapada, an archetype who can help us to experience deeper levels of silence and also forgiveness. We ask for his blessings, and I put the flower petals on Neptune. Om Aja Ekapadaye Namaha. Om Aja Ekapadaye Namaha. Om Aja Ekapadaye Namaha. Purvabhadrapada star is ruled by Jupiter. I put the flower petals on Jupiter. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Aquarius, which is Saturn. Saturn is going to transit into this sign next month, and that is going to perhaps set off a period where many of us will be interested in service. We honor Saturn for ruling Aquarius. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Kumbha or Aquarius, the most service-oriented, the most humanitarian of all the zodiac signs, today containing Neptune, a planet that helps with our intuition and our ability to understand our own inner life. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with a planet in it is Meena or Pisces, which today contains Jupiter. I put the flower petals on Jupiter. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave
Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Jupiter is in a star called Uttara Bhajapada. Dr. Pillai says this star can help us with business development. We ask for these blessings of business development, and I put the flower petals on top of Jupiter. Om Uttara Bhajapadaye Namaha. Om Uttara Bhajapadaye Namaha. Om Uttara Bhajapadaye Namaha. Uttara Bhajapada star is ruled by Saturn. Archetype first. Uttara Bhajapada star is ruled by Ayurbundya, an archetype who helps to guard treasures and valuables. We ask him to guard our treasures and our valuables, including our treasure that is the earth itself. I put the flower petals on Jupiter. Om Arbundyaye Namaha. Om Arbundyaye Namaha. Om Arbundyaye Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Uttara Bhajapada star, which is Saturn. I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Pisces, which is Jupiter. I put the flower petals on Jupiter. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Meena, or Pisces, the most transcendental and metaphysical of all the zodiac signs, today containing Jupiter, planet that helps with everything related to spiritual teachings, including our relationship with our teachers, our ability to be receptive to the teachings, and our ability to be part of a good spiritual community. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Misha, or Aries, which today contains Rahu and Uranus, who is retrograde. Both of them are in the same star, so I will honor both the planets before I invoke the star. I start with Rahu. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Next, we honor Uranus for being in Aries and in the same star as Rahu. Uranus is retrograde, extra powerful. Om Ram Prajapataye Namaha. Om Ram Prajapataye Namaha. Om Ram Prajapataye Namaha. Now we honor the star that both Rahu and Uranus are in. This is a star called Bharani, a star with a tremendous amount of divine feminine Shakti, or energy, or power. I put the flower petals across Rahu and Uranus. Om Bharaniye Namaha. Om Bharaniye Namaha. Om Bharaniye Namaha. Bharani star is ruled by Yama, an archetype of justice. We ask him to help us to be just and merciful towards others. And we ask for there to be justice throughout our world. I put the flower petals across Rahu and Uranus. Om Yamaye Namaha. Om Yamaye Namaha. Om Yamaye Namaha. Bharani star is ruled by Venus. I put the flower petals on Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Aries, which is Mars. I put the flower petals on Mars. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Misha or Aries, a fire sign with very active energies, today containing Rahu, a planet that helps us to think outside the box, and Uranus, a planet that helps with success in life, higher intelligence, and astrology. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with a planet in it is Vrishabha or Taurus, which today contains Mars, who is retrograde. We honor Mars. I put the flower petals on him. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Mars is in a star called Rohini, a star of beauty, prosperity, creativity. Om Rohinihe Namaha. Om Rohinihe Namaha. Om Rohinihe Namaha. Rohini star is ruled by Brahma, an archetype of creation and creativity. Om Brahmaye Namaha. Om Brahmaye Namaha. Om Brahmaye Namaha. Rohini star is ruled by the moon. And as I said earlier, I have a mistake with this chart. I've set the wrong one to Ronnie. The moon is really here in Cancer. I'm going to put the flower petals on top of the moon in Cancer. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Taurus, which is Venus. I put the flower petals on Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Vrishabha or Taurus, an earth sign with very grounded energies, and also energies that have a great love of luxury and comforts. Today, containing Mars, a planet who is both a warrior and a healer. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi sign with the planet in it, it's not Matuna, it's Karkata, Cancer, and the moon is in this sign today. I apologize for the wrong chart being presented to you, but the moon is here in Cancer, and I have him that way on my Blackboard chart. I'll put the flower petals on top of the moon in Cancer. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. The moon here in Cancer is in a star called Pusha. This is said to be the most spiritually auspicious of all the stars. It's said that when the moon is in Pusha's star, even if all the other astrological indicators for the day are not favorable, still the moon in Pusha's star overcomes all those blemishes. So I put the flower petals on top of the moon in Cancer sign. Om Pushyaye Namaha. Om Pushyaye Namaha. Om Pushyaye Namaha. Pusha's star is ruled by Brihaspati. This is a form of Jupiter in which he is a divine teacher, teaching even the gods. He has so much light and spiritual wisdom. I put the flowers on top of the moon here in Cancer, which is where he is today. Om Brihaspataye Namaha. Om Brihaspataye Namaha. Om Brihaspataye Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Pushya star, which is Saturn. I put the flower petals on top of Saturn. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Cancer sign, which is the moon. I put the flower petals on top of the moon, who is actually here in Cancer sign today. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Karkata or Cancer, the most emotionally sensitive of all the signs, today containing the moon, which is our mind and our emotions. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Tula or Libra, which today contains Ketu. We honor Ketu. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. Ketu is in a star called Swati. Dr. Pillai says this star can give divine blessings. We ask for these blessings, and I put the flower petals on top of Ketu. Om Swatye Namaha. Om Swatye Namaha. Om Swatye Namaha. Swati star is ruled by Vayu, the archetype who rules the wind and the air elements. He's also the father of Hanuman. Om Vayuve Namaha. Om Vayuve Namaha. Om Vayuve Namaha. Swati star is ruled by Rahu. I put the flower petals on top of Rahu. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Swati star, now we honor the planet that rules Libra, which is Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Tula or Libra, a zodiac sign with energies for balance, fairness, harmony, today containing Ketu, who is sometimes called the saintly planet. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Vrishika or Scorpio, which today contains the sun. We honor the sun. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. The sun is in a star called Jayesta, a truly huge star. Dr. Pillai says this star can give us blessings for courage and conflict resolution. Om Jayestaye Namaha. Om Jayestaye Namaha. Om Jayestaye Namaha. Jayesta star is ruled by Indra, an archetype who gives blessings for leadership and courage as well. Om Indraye Namaha. Om Indraye Namaha. Om Indraye Namaha. Jayesta star is ruled by Mercury. I put the flower petals on Mercury. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Scorpio, which is Mars. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Vrishika or Scorpio, the most occult of all the zodiac signs, today containing the sun, which is our soul, and also a planet so important for our health and our self-esteem. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. Now, I take a lit tea light and I hold it above the blackboard that has the chart drawn in chalk and the many piles of flower petals. And in the air, I circle the tea light around the chart 3 times in a clockwise direction, offering the element of light to all of these divine beings that we have just invoked. Now I take a lit incense stick to offer the air element and also a sweet scent. And I circle that above the chart 3 times in a clockwise direction. Now I'm going to offer a bell to offer the element of sound. Now I'm taking a little tangerine and I'm passing that above the chart 3 times, offering a tangerine to represent the earth element. And later in the day, I'll eat the tangerine as a prasad, as a blessed piece of food. Now I make prayer hands and I make sincere prayer to all of these divine beings that we have just invoked, asking them to send their positive blessings into the lives of all of us, into the lives of our families, our friends, our neighbors, our colleagues, our homes, our workplaces, our schools, our communities, our countries, and indeed the entire world. May everyone on this planet have healthy food to eat, clean water to drink, clean air to breathe, a safe place to live, good clothes to wear, access to health care, good education, sustainable jobs, and may everyone on this planet have love in their life, now and always. I pray for enlightened leaders, enlightened citizens, enlightened laws, enlightened countries, and entire enlightened civilizations. I ask for blessings for all of my teachers, past, present, and to come. And I ask for blessings for all of my students, past, present, and to come. And I make a bow. You can continue to make your own prayers in silence for about a minute, and then we will do short Q&A. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace peace, peace, peace to the body, peace to the soul, peace to the mind, peace to the environment, peace, peace, peace. May we all go about our day or our evening in peace. Thank you all for being here. I truly appreciate your participation and your support and the prayers that you are offering that go out and bless other people and go out even beyond the earth plane. Mohini says the prayers are going out into different galaxies, taking Dr. Pillai's vast light out into the far reaches of the universe. So I appreciate everyone who comes. Ronak is saying that today I mentioned about the transition of Saturn next month. Please throw some more light on this important change. Yes, Saturn is going to be moving next month. He's in Capricorn, but next month in January 2023, he's going to go into the sign of Aquarius. And Aquarius, it's the most humanitarian, the most service-oriented. Saturn is a planet that cares very much about compassion, wants us to be of service to others. He rules this sign. So for him, moving into Aquarius is going to create a good environment for all of us to perhaps do more service, look at our lives and look at, are we fulfilling perhaps our highest purpose? What can we do? There was a quote from Dr. Pillai this morning in the daily messages about make enough money to have, roof over your head and food, but, then be spending your time to help protect and serve the world. And I think Saturn moving into Aquarius next month is going to help all of us to go a bit deeper at looking at what can we be doing to be helping others. Dr. Pillai has said many times, the fastest way to access the grace of the divine is to feed a hungry person. So this could mean, helping at a food bank, or just, buying some food for a hungry person if you see that, or, contributing volunteer time. But there are many ways perhaps where we could be doing perhaps a little bit more to be helping others in our family, in our community, etc. And to be a little bit more patient with people, cut them a little bit more slack, realize everybody's dealing with challenging things in their life, not to take it personally if they act out in our direction, but maybe we don't know everything that they're dealing with, etc. So Saturn going into Aquarius could be very exciting because it could really prompt people that are into meditation, prayer, in different traditions to be going deeper with that and to be going deeper with being of service. Saturn is a planet of service. Among the planets, he's even considered the servant. He's serving even the other planets. And his energies could really benefit all of us with him being in Aquarius to help us be more sharing, more giving, less selfish, etc. with our, our thoughts, our actions, our words, that type of thing. There's just so much more we probably could all be doing to give somebody a smile, to be a little bit kinder, etc. So it's kind of an exciting time for Saturn to be going into Aquarius, in my opinion. And it is the natural 11th house of the zodiac. And the 11th house, it is about profits and gains and about manifestation. And as I said, Dr. Pillai says the fastest way to access the grace of the divine is to feed a hungry person. If we do more service, the good karma will also be helping us to realize more gain, etc. in our lives. So it could be a real win-win time for many people having Saturn go into Aquarius like that, in my opinion. I think it's an exciting thing, an exciting development. I'm looking forward to it. All right. So I hope that's helpful. We have other big transits coming up next year. Jupiter Jupiter's going to make a change. Rahu and Ketu are going to make a change. So there's going to be quite a bit of astrological activity next year. Rahu and Ketu don't change signs every year. So they didn't change signs at all this year, but they will be changing signs next year. So I know it seems like sometimes they've been in one place for a long time, and they have, but they will be making a change. And those transits do affect all of us. And in doing these little planetary pujas, we are helping to bring their positive energies into us, but also into our world. These little pujas are having more impact than just the small number of us that are here every day. All right, today in the Catholic tradition is the feast day of Our Lady of Guadalupe, and I'm going to talk a little bit about her in the Mother Mary call that's coming up later on this channel. And in the market, the local market, when I went in there a couple days ago, they had so many vases in the flower section with white and red roses. And on the vase was a picture of Our Lady of Guadalupe. I'd never seen that before anywhere I had lived, but this has a lot of Hispanic influence here. And it's a feast day that's very celebrated. It's a day when Mary appeared in Mexico to Juan Diego, and she had a miracle. It was winter, and he was trying to tell people that he was seeing her, but they wouldn't believe him. And she created a miracle of having his cloak open up and releasing red roses and white roses in the middle of winter, which, you know, the roses aren't on bloom during that time. So then people had to accept that, you know, something was going on beyond the normal with Juan Diego. And so that's the white and red roses in the vases were reflective of that. Anyhow, blessings to all of you. I will be here again tomorrow. Thank you for those of you that press the like button and subscribe to the channel, as it does help the channel to grow. And I apologize for having the wrong chart in the presentation today. I'm going to check the other ones for this week to make sure I did get the right files over to Ronnie, who puts them into the videos for me each weekend so that I have them for the following week. All right. Namaste, everyone. The light in me honors the light in all of you. May light encompass all.